High school sports fans, Varsity Media Pass is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County playoffs. For semifinal and championship coverage of boys and girls lacrosse, flag football, and baseball, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Varsity Media is the home for New York high school sports.
The NSCHSAA playoffs roll on through Farmingdale State. Game 2 of the winner's bracket features the St. Anthony's Friars against the Kellenberg Firebirds on the Varsity Media Sports Network. Today's game is brought to you by Blaze Pizza. And a pleasant good afternoon, everybody. Alongside Rob Anderson, I'm John Perez. St. Anthony's 15-8 on the season, the number 4 seed. Of course, in this tournament, as they are in the winner's bracket, Rob Anderson, and this is a team that won 15 games a year ago, bounced early despite having one of the top pitchers out there, and it just goes to show the parity in the NSCHSAA as Holy Trinity, the defending state champions, they were the 4 seed, and they knocked off the top-seeded St. Dominic's Bayhawks, so it's anybody's game on Long Island.
It is anybody's game, especially when you're talking about these one-game series, and you got to have the right horse on the mound, and Lord knows St. Anthony certainly does this year, but they will be facing off against Trinity if they do get through this one today.
Yeah, Holy Trinity, a 5-2 win over the top-seeded St. Dominic's Bayhawks, as St. Anthony's is a young team, but they've got a pretty good talented base, and a couple of juniors to keep an eye on as well, as our impact players today are brought to you by Top Tier Aviators, and of course it's CJ Alfano and Phil Mazzola. And Top Tier Aviators, to be the best, you got to play the best, coached by the best against the rest. Come fly with us at TopTierAviators.com.
Alfano, a .317 batting average, 15 RBIs on the year. He can lace that ball, 9 extra base hits on the season. Mazzola, nearly identical stats at .319 average with 7 extra base hits. Both of those boys can get on base and knock them around.
Meanwhile, Kellenberg, they're not exactly rounding into playoff form, but shaking off the rust of a sweep against St. Dominic's. They lost the last 2 league games, 4-3 and 10-0, but they beat the Barnes off of Archbishop Malloy, the Stanners, a 10-0 victory against the team from Briarwood, as Kellenberg just the number 2 seed, but of course they've got some of the top young players in there as well, but they are elder statesmen, of course, once again brought to you by Top Tier Baseball Aviators, Kenny Noe and Jimmy Ernst.
Kenny Noe, a .532 batting average in the leadoff position. That is a table setter with 16 RBI. Jimmy Ernst, considered one of the most natural hitters on this team, batting nearly .400. He's got a dinger and 15 RBIs. What a great top 3 hitters there, 1 and 3.
1 of 6 Division I commits for Kellenberg, and we'll see that the rest of the way as well as we take a look at the bracket powered by Top Tier Aviators. And so with that said, Holy Trinity moves to the top of the bracket. They'll face the winner of this game, St. Dominic's. We'll see what happens and who loses this game if they play St. John the Baptist, or what that outcome will be, as the 2 winners of these games will play each other, and then the lower seed faces St. John the Baptist. And, of course, Varsity Media will have your coverage for all of that. But these two teams meeting earlier in the year, and it was Kellenberg sweeping the season series 7-3 and 4-3. And this was a Kellenberg team that was hot out of the gate. They won 5 of their first 7 games. As we take a look at the season series, and a couple lopsided games here. And Rob, as a coach, this led to a come-to-Jesus moment. That's what Paul Porcelano called it. A big team meeting after one of those losses. And since then, St. Anthony's, who was 2-5, then went on to win 13 of their final 15 games. And it was a game in which there was a lot said. Took 2 hours after the game, but it finally got the Friars in shape and an opportunity to stay in the winner's bracket.
Yeah, early in the season, and sometimes you got to have those moments. And sure enough, I mean, it's against a team that now they're facing off against. They were right with the competition. And, you know, through the season, Kellenberg also having those 2 big wins versus Chaminade in the middle of the season. So Kellenberg really poised to try to batter down today and get that W and go on to face Holy Trinity.
Yeah, Kellenberg losing to the top seed St. Dominic's in both games this year, but splitting against Holy Trinity, sweeping St. Anthony's. That's how it's gone against the remainder of the bracket, and losing the first 2 games of the year to St. John the Baptist. One of those at opening day over in Center Mauritius, and then the other on the road on West Islip, as we're almost ready for the introduction to the starting lineups, and it should be a good one. St. Anthony's, many thought, would be the favorite last year. They were bounced out early, and, of course, anything could happen in the playoffs as well. With that said, we'll take a quick break. When we come back, starting lineups and first pitch. NSCH SAA playoffs on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Dante does it again! Defensive play. Dante Zadaro. Killico!
Power move by Yeso, steps up and score.
The jump shot for Nell!
High school sports fans, Varsity Media Pass is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Playoffs. For semifinal and championship coverage of boys and girls lacrosse, flag football, and baseball, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Varsity Media is the home for New York high school sports.
Welcome you back to Farmingdale State. It's a 2-3 matchup as 2-seeded Kellenberg Firebirds take on St. Anthony's, and a good matchup here. Rob Anderson, and of course a couple of good pitchers on both sides. But with that said, let's meet the starting 9 for St. Anthony's, and led by Paul Porcelano in his 6th season. It'll be Anthony Carlo out in left field. He'll lead it off. CJ Alfano's at first base. We've got a lot to talk about when it comes to Alfano. He is one of the top players in his class, a quote-unquote stud. Phil Mazzola behind the plate. Alex Bono is out in right field with Adrian Tavares at second base. Brendan Howard in center field. Michael Carr called up from the JV squad. He's at third base. He bats 7th. Christian Mugno is the shortstop, batting 8th, with John Francisco, the designated hitter. He will DH for Kevin Baez today, who gets the start. Baez normally the everyday starting shortstop for St. Anthony's, as they'll go against Kellenberg, and their Firebirds led by their fire hurler in Jack Durso, the left-hander for Kellenberg.
Yeah, you said it, Jack Durso on the mound. He's got a strong body type, some height, 2-0 record, 2.72 ERA, and the ratio of walks to strikeouts, 17-29. Looking for Durso to have a big start to this game.
Yeah, Durso has really put it together as of late, and he's someone that fires it in strikes. He's the number 45 ranked player in the class of 2025, led by Perfect Game in their rankings, and the number 9 left-handed pitcher in the class of 2025, as there are a ton of Division I commits and a bunch of notable commits for this Kellenberg team. And their head coach saying that the time is now, and here you see a lot of talent here as well for Kellenberg. And Will Cowan, we saw Victor Frederick, he's headed to St. John's, so is Will Cowan, the top-ranked shortstop in his class.
Yeah, Cowan, a stud at the shortstop position. He can field it, he can hit. Again, we talked about Durso, 6'4", big body out on the mound and can swing. Kenny Noe, the table setter, and Brian Cadu out there and having a sensational season himself.
Yeah, Cadu's going to be going to UAlbany, but Will Cowan, the interesting thing about Cowan is that he is a natural shortstop, but Kenny Noe better defensively, so Cowan's the starting third baseman. And that was a little bit of the rub last year where Kenny Noe had to play third base because Paul Napolitano was the leading shortstop for Kellenberg, as the Firebirds take the field, looking to take on Holy Trinity tomorrow. And we'll have that coverage again, 4 o'clock and 7 o'clock. First pitch for both of those games as Durso goes back to the mound. And Durso, what a journey it's been for him. The abbreviated version of Tommy John surgery where his ligament wasn't torn enough, so he only missed 6 months out of the usual 12-month recovery process. And since then, he's slowly come back into the rotation, and he's been given more and more leash as time has gone on. But you're just dealing with a ton of adversity at that point, and whenever you hear Tommy John, even though it's not as quote-unquote, or I say this paraphrasingly, as lethal to a pitcher and a year's worth of games, it's still a tough thing to manage for such a young man.
Yeah, it absolutely is a tough thing to manage, and they've limited his pitch count early on and have been monitoring him throughout. But again, when you've got a 6'4" lefty, John, and just look at the extension that he has off the mound, he's got a big sweeping kick, steps forward. That ball gets in on the hitters real quickly.
Yeah, Durso doing a great job on the mound for Kellenberg this year. 2 wins, no losses, and it's a Kellenberg team that's very deep, even though they're losing Andrew Koshy, who is playing for Wake Forest. And last year when we saw him on the mound against St. Dom's, 11 strikeouts, he was unhittable. And he's been nearly unhittable. And we've seen a lot of talent in the NSCHSAA over the years. And, of course, on the mound, we saw Victor Frederick. Didn't have a vintage-esque game. Jason DeCaro at St. Anthony's. He was scouted by the Phillies, in fact, an early-round draft pick, but decided to go to North Carolina. And now Koshy also in the ACC at Wake Forest, as Durso will look to settle down this St. Anthony's team that many are calling, they and St. Dom's, the 2 teams of the future. And the one thing, Rob, and big sticking point around the NSCHSAA this year is that so many teams have so many young players, and by that I mean freshmen and sophomores that are starting. And Paul Parcelano, the head coach for St. Anthony, says that's because of the quality of the travel programs. They're ready to play varsity ball right away.
Yeah, absolutely. And in all these communities, people are starting to invest in their kids' future on the field. And again, when you see sophomore and freshmen, there is a maturity issue that sometimes you have to deal with. But from the athletic side of the ball, they're showing up and doing a great job. And it does help the development. Baseball different than many other sports because it's not physical in the sense of body-on-body contact and things like that. Much tougher to call up a freshman or a sophomore in football or soccer or something else with high contact. So you're seeing a lot more on the diamond.
And so here is Anthony Carlo, the junior from North Belmore. And the first pitch of the afternoon is in there for a strike, and we're underway. Same umpire crew from Game 1, but Joe Volpe goes behind the plate. Mike Zoll out on the field. As Carlo takes down and in. 1-1. Carlo started the year 1 for 12, and then he just hit everything that was over the plate, hitting .479 on the year with 2 home runs and 6 RBIs.
The coach says don't judge him by his stature. He might be one of the smaller guys out on the field, but he's got a heck of a swing. And he's out there doing a sensational job leading this team off.
Yeah, he calls him a middle-of-the-order bat, but top-of-the-order speed as he laces this one into left field. And the Friars start off on the right foot. A leadoff single by Anthony Carlo against Mr. Durso.
Yeah, Carlo saying, sing my praises all day. I'm going to get on base, and so far 6 for 7 stealing bases. See how aggressive this Friars team is out of the gate. But Carlo, a real nice piece of hitting there, getting that ball into left field.
Well, now this will bring up C.J. Alfano, and we mentioned that he's a stud, and that's what his head coach has called him, hitting .317 on the year, 9 extra base hits, and 15 RBIs. As Will Cowan, the third baseman, playing in, and the first pitch breaking ball hits the outside corner, 0-1. Alfano, the top-ranked first baseman in the class of 2026, number 8 overall in New York State via Perfect Games rankings. One skips outside, 1-1.
So Durso working the bottom of the zone a little bit more than the top of the zone right now. He's getting that cold, low strike, so I'd expect him to sit there, try to induce a grounder here and get a double play.
Alfano, 2 home runs over his last 2 games, and he gets plunked. And so not the best start for Jack Durso as a leadoff single and then a hit by pitch. We'll set it up for their catcher, Phil Mazzola.
And now we'll see how Durso works under pressure early in the game. First 2 batters on board, and it was a sweet single by Carlo. And then, like you said, Alfano getting plunked. And now he's got to deal with Mazzola, and this is not a fun task. You know, he's been with this team since he's a freshman, speaking of a young gun who's come up to be a big hitter for this team.
Yeah, and he's someone that has really put it together. Hitting the air out to right center field. In the gap is Michael D'Angelo, the center fielder. He makes the catch. And there's 1 away. With that said, let's meet the defensive alignment for Kellenberg, led by Pat Miles. And going left to right in the outfield is Ryan Langer, along with Michael D'Angelo, Brian Cadu out in right field, Mario Kasha, Thomas Pasqua, Kenny Noe, Will Cowan, Jimmy Ernst behind the plate, and Durso on the mound. 1 away, and here's Anthony Bono. 246 on the year.
Bono, a legit power threat out there. Big player, 6'2".
Someone who drew comparisons to Matt Hogan, who went on to play at Oral Roberts. Doesn't strike out too much. And pitch misses outside. It's 2-0.
So Durso being very careful with Bono so far. You can't be too careful with runners on first and second.
Good speed on the base paths as well. Carlo off of second, Alfano off of first. 2-0. There's a strike that Durso was looking for. 2-1.
And that's a good take there by Bono. Make him throw some strikes. It's Kenny Noe holding the runner on at second very loosely. He's got a pretty big lead over there.
2-1. It's outside. 3-1.
And Giancarlo and Alfano both taking pretty sizable leads right now.
Good hitters count for Bono. And the pitch. Chopper right side. Charged by Kasha. He feeds Durso, who slides. Can't make the tag of the base, and everybody's safe. That was caught between a rock and a hard place as Kasha had to charge in, and should be an infield single to load the bases.
Yeah, I'd give it to a single also. We'll take a look here as umpire Zal has the look. He said he was off the bag. Yeah, he might have missed the bag. He beat him to the bag, but the foot didn't touch. And umpire Zal really quickly saying, no, off the bag, off the bag. So unfortunate for Durso. He beat him in the foot race, but lost on the touch.
And we'll bring up Adrian Tavares, who watches a curveball dip in for a strike, 0-1. Tavares, only a junior, struggled in the first half and has really put it together. And there's a swing and a miss, skips past Jimmy Ernst. Here comes a runner to the plate, and Carlo, the throw, it gets away, and St. Anthony strikes first. Anthony Carlo comes in ahead of the throw, and St. Anthony's takes advantage on the pass ball.
Yeah, that ball just skipped right out of the way there, and aggressive running down at third base to get Carlo down. We'll take a look. As soon as he sees that ball skip away, he's off to the races. Durso there, but the throw errant. And a good job by the third baseman to keep that ball in play and no more damage done.
So Kellenberg will bring the corners in. And the pitch, chopped on the ground, third base side foul.
So the runners also advance on that wild pitch. Pass ball. Run across. And first base now open for Tavares. It's a 2-1 count. And Tavares just looking to make some contact right now. Try to get something either the opposite way or up in the air and get another run across and really put the screws to this Kellenberg team early.
Yeah, this is a Kellenberg team that can swing the bat as well. More on that later with the jump in offensive production that they've gotten. But for St. Anthony's, they've been all gas, no break over their last 7 games. There's a wave and a miss in the dirt, strike 3. Jimmy Ernst completes the strikeout. Here comes a throw to the plate. The tag not in time. Alfano gets in ahead of the relay throw. And St. Anthony steals another run. They're up 2-0.
You said it. It steals another run. And what a slide there by Alfano. Let's take a look. He breaks right away the minute that throws out. And look at this slide. Sneaking the hand in there and making that tag impossible. That was not anything against Jimmy Ernst. That was a great slide by Alfano to get another run across.
And that pitch just misses outside to Brendan Howard, the center fielder for St. Anthony's. Skied in the air out to left center field. D'Angelo angling over. And he makes the catch. And the side is retired. But St. Anthony's only hits 1 ball out of the infield, but they score 2 runs. 2-0 Friars going to the bottom of the first on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
St. Anthony is able to scratch and claw a few runs against Kellenberg, the number 2 seed. Let's meet their starting 9, led by Pat Miles, the head coach. Kenny Noe will lead it off. Tommy Pasqua is at second base, batting second. Jimmy Ernst catching. Will Cowan out at third base. Ryan Cadu in right field. Lucas Vamkakadis is a designated hitter with Mario Kasha at first base. Michael D'Angelo bats 8th. He's in center field. And Ryan Lagner is out in left field as Kevin Baez looks to mow down the Firebirds and set up a matchup with Holy Trinity.
Yeah, Baez, 5'9", much different body build than Durso over there. 4-0 record, 1.71 ERA in 31.2 innings. His coach compares him to Marcus Stroman. That's probably that 5'9" frame and the control that he's got. He can throw this pitch, not a lot of walks. So if he's throwing strikes and he's got the defense, he's going to be tough to deal with.
Heart doesn't measure height for Kevin Baez, who is out there. He throws strikes. And he'll have to against Kenny Noe, who's been hitting everything, and the balls looks like a beach ball, as Noe, the future Monmouth shortstop, hitting .532 on the year. Carves his pitch foul, third base side, giving chase is Michael Carr a dive, and he can't make the catch as it just falls out of his reach. Well, that was something that we saw in Game 1 with Ryan Kim, the third baseman for St. Dom's. And not a knock on either Carr or Kim. There's just a lot of foul ground to cover, and the ball doesn't stay up that high.
Yeah, they took the words out of my mouth here. Different field conditions. You got the turf field. You've got a pretty big foul territory for them to burn, and they got to pay attention to where they're running up against that fence. But it plays pretty straight away. It says 72 degrees right now, but it's a chilly 72 with the wind blowing in right now here in Farmingdale.
and the cloud cover as well. And 70 degrees first pitch in game one, and it's dipped a little cooler now, but not exactly freezing. 1-2 in the dirt. Good smother by Phil Mazzola. It's 2-2 to Kenny Noe, ranked number 95 in New York State in the class of 2025. 13th ranked shortstop. 2-2 in there. Strike three called. Got him looking with a breaking ball. And there's one away. Fast-fired strikeout from Blaze Pizza. Join Blaze Rewards to get access to exclusive rewards and earn flames for free pizza, cheesy bread, and more. Join now at blazepizza.com or download the Blaze Pizza app in the App Store.
Nice pitch there. No, he's not happy with either himself or the call. Shrugged his shoulders and walked away as Tom Pasqua steps in.
Pasco, one of those commitments that we measured as well. He's going to Queens College to play for the Knights. And this one hit on the ground to second. Adrian Tavares up with it, and he fires to first, 2 away. Let's quickly meet the defensive alignment for St. Anthony's that has really hunkered down over the last month and a half. A good fielding team out of Melville, as it's Anthony Carlo, Brendan Howard, and Alex Bono. Michael Carr called up. He plays third base. Christian Mugno and Adrian Tavares with C.J. Alfano at first. Phil Mazzola behind the plate, and Kevin Baez on the mound. 2 up, 2 down. Here's Jimmy Ernst, the catcher for the Firebirds.
And we talked about Ernst a little bit earlier, that he's a natural hitter, and he's also one of the vocal leaders on this team. So he's a guy that chirps a lot, and you want that behind the plate, John.
Yeah, a true leader as well. He's headed to LIU. He'll play for Dan Perillo, and that's a perfect fit for him over there, hitting .396 on the year, and he slashes it foul off to the right side.
Perfect for LIU also to get this young man. And again, a leader at this age. That's awesome.
And they've got some good catchers, good hitting catchers over there in C.J. Navarro, and there's a curveball, swing and a miss. He struck him out. 2 strikeouts in the first inning for Kevin Baez. More Shark Talk when we come back, but a 2-0 lead for St. Anthony's after 1 on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck. Welcome you back to Farmingdale State. There are the season ticket holders as well, and not exactly the bleacher bums or bleacher creatures, but a good supporter section on hand, and a good job by all 4 teams and their families coming out today. But hey, that might be the best seat in the ballpark and a great vantage angle.
Yeah, there you go. The hecklers on the hill over there with their coolers and their chairs, and it's a nice spot on a nice day. I like it. No barbecue though that I can see.
Do you have a preferred section where you like to watch a ball game from?
I do. I like. I'm a City Field guy, so it's right field, like right to the right of the bridge where it kind of indents, and I'm always with my kids, so they throw a lot of balls up there to the young ones. What about you?
See, I'm with that crowd right there. I got to be behind the plate, a little elevated, but
that's because you make more money than I do.
Well,
I can't sit behind the plate.
Well, I'm upstairs. I'm not right behind the plate.
Oh, all right.
Michael Carr leads things off. The sophomore third baseman was on the JV squad as a freshman last year and just hit the tar out of the ball. And Carr this year was called up in a weekend series earlier in the season, and he just kept on hitting. Of course, that was when St. Anthony's was dealing with some injuries. Adrian Tavares got hurt, but Carr really played well, and Paul Parcelano said, I've got to keep him up here.
I mean, that's a start that any coach would love to see. Home runs and then got in the game and stole bases. And, yeah, this guy can do it all. And batting in a spot, the 7th hole here. So having a guy like this in the 7th spot is big time.
Yeah, 3 extra base hits this year, 8 RBIs. He's hitting .256. But his on-base percentage is .396, 140 points higher. And he works a walk.
There you go. Add a few more points to it as Michael Carr trots on down to first base. Good job. Durso struggling with control, unlike his counterpart, Mr. Baez, who's been just laid him in with pinpoint control. So we'll see if Durso can settle down and try to get a double play here out of Mugno.
Yeah, Mugno, the junior from Huntington, and he's been Kevin Baez's caddy all year long. When Baez is on the mound, Mugno gets the start at shortstop. A good glove, and puts the bat on the ball and takes a first pitch strike, 0-1.
Yeah, a guy who's real reliable, doesn't strike out too much. And, again, when you have guys like Carr and Mugno with those OBPs down at the bottom of the order, that's not fun for the opposition.
0-1, misses the bunt. That's 0-2. Well, the one thing with Mugno, yeah, he's only hitting .160. His on-base percentage is .597. So he works walks, he gets hit by a pitch, just puts the ball in play.
Sounds like the modern major leaguer.
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, batting 1-something and have these giant on-base percentages.
But, Rob, you'd have to imagine, too, with a 105 pitch count for these pitchers, if he can have 7-8 pitch at-bats, it adds up over the course of a game.
Sure. And especially effective with a guy like Durso on the mound who, again, they're watching his pitches all year round, making sure he's good.
0-2 coming. On the outside corner. Got him looking. Second strikeout of the day for Durso. And there is one away in the second. That's a fast-fired strikeout from Blaze Pizza. At Blaze Pizza, it's the best place to grab a fast-fired pizza made with delicious ingredients and over 30 toppings to choose from, with freshly made salads, homemade lemonades, and a decadent dessert menu. The menu at your local Blaze Pizza offers gluten-free, keto, and vegan options. At Blaze Pizza, there's no wrong way to play. Here's the number 9 hitter, John Francisco, giving himself up early as Will Cowan pinches in, and Francisco takes all the way for strike one.
So as soon as he saw Cowan pinching in, pulled back a little bit, maybe trying to chop one the other way or look for a ball. Let's go order those the Hill people at Blaze Pizza.
And on the ground, right side, long way to run for Tommy Pasqua, but he tracks it down and throws out John Francisco. A productive out as Michael Carr pulls into second, but there's 2 away. So 2 down, and here's Anthony Carlo. He singled in his first at-bat and came around to score.
So already getting through the batting order in the second inning here. Carlo getting another shot at it. Did make some solid contact, the only solid contact so far.
And the first pitch in the dirt, 1-0.
And again, like we said, he's got speed on the bases too. He can make contact, led the league in slugging, batting average. Great numbers this year.
A couple of triples in there as well. More of a gap-to-gap hitter, not a pull-happy hitter. Even though he's got a couple of home runs. Scorches this one up the middle, but Kenny Noe to his left. Fires to first, and the inning is over. 2-0 St. Anthony's as we go to the bottom of the second on the Varsity Media Sports Network. You're watching Varsity Media, the premier high school sports network in New York.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Did you just have the best athletic year of your life, and now you want to show it off to college coaches? Well, let Varsity Media help you. Varsity Media's college recruiting videos show off your unique skills to help you land a spot on the team of your dream school. We'll provide music, spot shadow effects, and a link to send to your next coach. Contact us today for more information. Don't rely on word of mouth or cold emails. Let Varsity Media help you take your game to the next level. Welcome back to Farmingdale State. Today's game is brought today's broadcast is sponsored by Blaze Pizza. Baseball fans, Blaze Pizza is available for catering for all New York City and Long Island through Easy Cater. Use the QR code in the top right corner of your screen to order. I'll tell you what, I might be stopping by Blaze Pizza after this one. A long day of baseball and always get you in the mood to eat. And leading off will be the number 4 hitter, Will Cowan.
Gotta love the Sunday slice.
Yeah.
Typically Friday in my house is pizza night since I was a child, but you're right. We're up in this booth a while. Fired up with Blaze.
Yeah. And locations everywhere, too. So there's no place that you can't get access to a Blaze Pizza. So here's Will Cowan. Cowan ranked number 12 in perfect games New York State rankings. He drives this one to deep left field, and it hits the line just foul. As Cowan pulls into second with a double. So if we could get another angle on that. Home plate umpire Joe Volpe said that it was foul.
Yeah, I'm very confused right now. The umpire did indicate, and it looks like it might be. What a great camera angle there as we see the turf popping up outside of the foul line.
I think he got it right, yeah.
I do too.
That was just foul down the left field line and kicking up. It's not chalk, but all the little pellets coming up from the turf.
Pellets. At least, thank God for the pellets, because it's turned baseball, like, they always look for the chalk and the dirt.
Yeah.
I guess now we assess by pellets and paint.
Yeah.
Paint pellets. No, that's not right.
Pitch upstairs, 2-1.
The Hill people almost had one there on the bounce.
Yeah.
Always have eyes out there.
This one skied in the air, not as deep as the previous drive. Ranging out is Michael Carr, and the sophomore makes the catch. 4 up, 4 down to begin the day for Kevin Baez.
Real nice job there by Carr to backtrack it. And again, it's not really windy out here, but it does take some tricks up in the sky, and he stuck with it, ranged back, and a nice play there by Carr to get the first out.
So that'll bring up the right fielder, Brian Cadu.
There they are. The Hill people. Love it.
Should have brought their beach ball.
And are they Kellenberg fans? It's like Hill Street Blue out there. I got to stop.
So here is Cadu. Future Great Dane for Albany. And a wave and a miss. Cadu hitting .396 on the year, a two-way player and a natural hitter. Someone who just needed to be more vocal this year and was asked to be that leader for Pat Miles' squad. In fact, one of the things about Kellenberg this year is that their hitting percentages are up 100 points from a year before. And that has to do with the new addition to Matt Prokopakowicz. As this is hit on the ground to first base. And C.J. Alfano gets the out. And they call him Coach Proko. All-time hits leader at Hofstra, really changed the approach for Kellenberg. And that's been a big reason why they've been able to score double digits in numerous games this year.
You said it. When they score big. Looking at the season, the actual schedule, they put a lot of numbers up offensively. And then some of their losses, too, if you look at it, they were shut out, once, but always in the game.
16 runs against St. Francis Prep, as well as Zavarian, as this is drifted in the air. Now to right center. Brendan Howard there. 6 up, 6 down to begin the day for Kevin Baez. 2-0 St. Anthony's through 2 on the Varsity Media Sports Network. The Long Island Fieldhouse is the premier training destination on Long Island, featuring indoor and outdoor facilities that are 15,000 square feet with a multi-purpose field good for all sports. Take your game to the next level, featuring 12 batting cages, 6 pitching mounds, baseball, softball hack machines, featuring the latest tech like Swing Catalyst, Analysis, Hit Tracks, and Rapsodo Pro. And when you're done in the lab, you can head to the classroom for your studies. Located in Hauppauge, visit lifieldhouse.com for more information.
Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Welcome you back to Farmingdale State College. It's St. Anthony's number 3 seed with a 2-0 lead over Kellenberg as Jack Durso back out on the mound. He'll deal the 2-3-4 due up in the St. Anthony's order. As St. Anthony's getting the start from Kevin Baez, but already getting a few players loose, and that is Ryan Northorn, the senior, warming up as well. And you know that St. Anthony's is led by Luke Coates along with Kevin Baez, and that's the one thing about the Friars. Top to bottom in the athletic department, it seems like they always have at least double the roster size of other teams, and they do have the opportunity to pitch multiple guys and try and piece this together.
I wonder what the thinking is if they do take Baez out. He's extremely efficient so far. This could just be playing catch in the bullpen.
Right.
Who knows? But he's been so efficient, but can serve people, be very confident you win, and move on to the next day. We'll see. But Mr. Durso back out on the mound for Kellenberg as C.J. Alfano pops in. He is one of the guys who crossed the plate in the first inning after being hit by a pitch.
Yeah, and that was on the strikeout to Adrian Tavares, and Jimmy Ernst threw it down to first, but the relay throw from Kasha back to the plate was not in time, so that gave St. Anthony's their second run as Alfano skies it to shallow right. Tommy Pasqua going out. Now it's the center fielder, D'Angelo. He makes the play. One away. Well, that play by C.J. Alfano was our Speed Island speedy play of the game. Improve your speed with Onyx Salva and the gang over at Speed Island, located in Garden City. Book a session today at speedislandny.com. And, Rob, let's take another quick look at Alfano taking the base.
Yeah, and you can see, this is him going home, late break, gets in there, and gets the hand underneath in a beautiful slide. And even just now when he popped out, did you see how fast he rounds second base on a pop fly?
Well, he's got the tools.
He certainly does. There's guys that don't run that hard on pop flies in the majors making millions.
And now the count 2-0. As here's Phil Mazzola, the catcher. Flew out to center field his last time up and takes on the inside corner. And the count 2-1.
Yeah, Mazzola not just a good hitter, but good with the glove as well. Only one pass ball this year. Doesn't make any mistakes defensively and helps out offensively. So the kind of battery mate any pitcher would want. Do it both sides of the ball.
Well, it's like we mentioned with Mazzola, a very good catcher, and he's got some wheels as well, and he's got a base hit to boot. First hit of the day for Mazzola.
Yeah, good job going the opposite way. We've seen that a lot today, John. A lot of hitters just kind of taking their time and holding off on pitchers as he'll come out for a pinch runner, courtesy runner.
Yeah, and the courtesy runner is Nick Doucette, the junior outfielder. Affectionately named Deuce by Parcelano and the rest of the crew.
And he's looking to get to base Deuce. See if he can do that.
I like it. 1-0 the count. Kellenberg expecting the bunt and a good stop by Ernst.
Really great play by Ernst to dig that out and keep everybody honest.
Anthony Bono, an infield single, was stranded at third in the first inning. Now ahead of the count 2-0. And a short lead off of first. Wave and a miss, 2-1.
Real nice pitch by Durso. He totally fooled Bono there. That was a swing on one out of the zone.
Whacked in the air out to center. D'Angelo started it. Now going back, it's going to get over his head and all the way to the wall. Doucette rounds third. He's going to score. It's an RBI triple for Anthony Bono, and the Friars go up 3-0.
Bono got a good hold of that one, and it completely fooled center fielder Michael D'Angelo, who took a few steps in. And honestly, John, that ball just kind of tailed up and up. A real difficult play out there. Look at it. Smoke to the outfield. And then by the time it was recognized by D'Angelo, it was over his head. Deuce goes trace bags around, and it's a triple also there for Bono. So an RBI triple, and a big job here by Alex Bono.
And the infield comes in to Adrian Tavares, who struck out, but still his at-bat led to a run. Little chopper in front of the plate. It hits the batteries out. And a king-sized out for Kellenberg, 2 away.
You said it. That's a huge out there with the infield in. Unfortunate that Tavares couldn't get out of the way. Probably would have got thrown out at first, and then we might have seen some interesting base running from Bono. But now with 2 out, runner on third, they'll go back to their standard positions and try to get that play out at first or a strikeout.
Swing and a miss. Brendan Howard out in front on a changeup. 0-1. Howard 0 for 1 on the day. He flew out to center field as Jack Dorso is trying to keep this a 3-0 game. And on the ground, left side. Will Cohen's up with it, rifles to first, and the inning is over. Anthony Bono's RBI triple gives St. Anthony's a 3-0 lead, 2.5 in the books on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching Varsity Media, New York's premier high school sports network.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media Pass is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Playoffs. For semifinal and championship coverage of boys and girls lacrosse, flag football, and baseball, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Varsity Media is the home for New York high school sports.
Did you just have the best athletic year of your life, and now you want to show it off to college coaches? Well, let Varsity Media help you. Varsity Media's college recruiting videos show off your unique skills to help you land a spot on the team of your dream school. We'll provide music, spot shadow effects, and a link to send to your next coach. Contact us today for more information. Don't rely on word of mouth or cold emails. Let Varsity Media help you take your game to the next level.
Bottom of the third inning, and there is the Grand Poobah, the athletic director for St. Anthony's, Joe Minucci, with 2 future Friars in attendance as well. And Rob, you're a parent. The easiest thing, you just give them the snacks, and you get to enjoy the baseball game there as well, as Minucci, the head coach, as well for the 2022 New York State football champions.
Yeah, you love to see that, the whole family involved, hanging out and supporting. I love bringing my kids to games when I'm coaching. They see a different side of you, too. It's fun. They see you as a fan. They see you as a coach. So it's awesome. Coach Minucci out there with the clan.
No, and a great guy. And the funny thing is, too, in doing some of the sideline hits with him and interviewing him after the first half, is he'll be fired up after that first play and then just shift into interview mode. So he doesn't give up too much away when he's in front of the camera, as he's got to be pleased with what St. Anthony's has rolled out to the mound, and Kevin Baez, who's retired the first 6 batters that he's faced, and drops in a curveball, but it just misses inside. 2-1 to Mario Kasha, the Kellenberg first baseman.
That pitch had a nice move on it, and I guess maybe too far out of the zone, but nice pitch.
Good rip at a curveball, and the count's even at 2-2. Pat Miles joking that Mario Kasha is the quietest kid on the team, and said that in his time on the varsity squad, probably only heard 4 or 5 words from him as well. But you know, as a coach, everyone's different, Rob, and he does whatever he needs to do to get ready to play. 2-2 sliced foul down the right field line.
That's nice, though. When you got guys, he did mention that there are players on his team that are the vocal leaders. Sometimes you want that quiet guy. Bring a different kind of stability to the dugout.
And you might want some stability from your first baseman, too. You don't want any erraticness as he serves this one down the left field line and out of play.
He said, I heard his voice 3 times this year. I hope they were all celebratory.
But Kasha, an interesting story as well, because Jack Durso was the opening day first baseman, as Kasha keeps it alive. But when Durso would pitch, they needed a first baseman, and Kasha won the job due to his glove and his timely hitting. Hitting .250 on the year, an extra base hit and 5 RBIs. 2-2 coming. Swing and a miss. He struck him out.
Kevin Baez dealing right now. 7 up, 7 down, 3 Ks. My goodness. Marcus Stroman would be proud.
We'll take another look at the strikeout there.
Love the pitch choice, challenges him. And Kasha swinging up over top.
But there's the first hit of the day. Mike D'Angelo serves it to left center field. And Kellenberg has their first base runner.
There you go. Nice shot there, making contact and finally getting somebody on base, breaking up the early no-hitter.
And this will bring up Ryan Langner. And one point that I wanted to bring up to you, Rob, and with Mike D'Angelo and Ryan Langner, 2 professional-style hitters, but because of the numbers and the top of the order that Kellenberg has, you're not going to unseat the 1 through 4 spots. These are guys that you could insert at the bottom of the order, and they can take advantage of pitchers that are just going to try and blow fastballs by them because they're bottom of the order guys.
And it's nice to be able to lengthen the lineup like that and, you know, have security throughout the entire 9.
I mean, if you think about it, D'Angelo's hitting .396. He's at first base. Langner's hitting .357. And Kevin Baez, knowing the scouting report, throwing a curveball on the first pitch and then throwing some high cheese at him. And the count 1-1.
So far through 8 batters, John, you know, he's gotten 7 outs. Only 1 on the ground so far. A couple pop outs and fly outs. But he would really like a ground ball right now.
Alfano knocks it down and no advancement from D'Angelo. D'Angelo with good wheels off of first. And that pitch hits the outside corner. It's 1-2.
Yeah, he's got a lot of control right now, Baez. He's painting the corners left and right.
One thing Parcelano said is that he knows how to get strike 1. And that's the most important pitch, as fouled off the shin guard of Mazzola. And Baez ahead 1-2.
Mazzola takes his time picking up the ball, and umpire gives him a little breather.
The difference with Baez this year on the mound is that in the past, teams would just sit on one pitch and wait for that. But he's developed his off-speed pitches, so now hitters can't have that same approach. And a soft toss throw over.
I think it's interesting, too, how he sets up on the rubber there. His lead foot out in front a little bit, and then just steps right into it.
1-2. Chopped on the ground, first base side, and foul.
So really keeps that with a runner on base, just keeps that motion really tight and limited. You know, it's you're going to steal on him, you got to make sure you're really paying attention.
Langner, the junior, and quote, the biggest surprise so far this year, says his head coach, Pat Miles. 1-2. Swing and a miss. He struck him out. Mazzola keeps it in front of him. The throw goes down to second as Mike D'Angelo takes the base. Now, Langner didn't have to run to first because it was occupied, but D'Angelo, realizing that Mazzola couldn't locate it, takes an extra 90 feet.
Yeah, good awareness there by D'Angelo to get over down to second base. He hesitated, and then he saw that it squirted through. Took off, and now, for the first time, a runner in scoring position for Kellenberg here in the 3rd inning with Kenny Noe up.
Noe struck out looking his first time up. First pitch breaking ball low for ball 1.
Noe is a switch hitter, batting on the left side here against the righty.
A lot of coaches and scouts were a little surprised that Noe chose to go to Monmouth. And the big reason that they saw his skill set would translate to a Power 5 school like the Big Ten, SEC. But Noe fell in love with the coaching staff at Monmouth, loved the campus, and said that it was a great fit for him. And Rob, if he's there for 4 years, Monmouth, they've got a good one. And if he continues to hit well, then with the transfer portal, it's not out of the realm of possibility that he moves up to a Power 5 school.
Yeah, but very impressive that he's mature enough to know a place that he liked and felt connected to right away. You know, some people make college decisions and do it for other pressures and reasons, but if he felt comfortable, that's great. So we hope that Kenny has a great start over there at Monmouth. But he's got a job to do today before he gets there, John.
Yeah, he's got a runner at second and 2 down. Mike D'Angelo is that runner. Kevin Baez already with 2 strikeouts in the inning. And that misses low, and Baez having difficulty finding the strike zone against Noe.
His pitches have been moving really nicely so far this afternoon. And mostly throwing strikes, a controlled pitcher.
3-1. Backdoor curveball misses, and a 2-out walk.
So that's going to bring it to Tom Pasqua. He did ground out in his first at bat. But Pasqua now in a great position, 2 outs. With a runner in scoring position, runners on first and second for Big Tom Pasqua. Queens College commit.
He'll be playing for Chris Reardon. Of course, they won the ECC title last year, and good playoff run this year. Probably one of the best runs in Queens history, winning north of 30 games. Hit in the air out to left field. Coming on is Anthony Carlo. He's going to have to play it on a hop, and it gets over his hand and dribbles away from him. D'Angelo comes in to score. Noe ends up at third. It's an RBI single by Thomas Pasqua. He takes second on the throw, and Kellenberg gets a run back.
And Pasqua's got to be happy with that one. It dropped in, and then perhaps misreading the turf out in left field. We take a look here. It just falls in the perfect spot, John. Not a lot on it for the line drive hitter, but that bounce fooling him out in left field and making the runners advance. The run would have scored regardless on the hit, but now runners on second and third. Kevin Baez up against Jimmy Ernst.
Got Ernst swinging his first time up, as Ernst is 0 for 1 on the day. 5 extra base hits for Ernst in the regular season, 4 doubles and a home run, 15 RBIs. Good hack at a first pitch fastball, but misses it 0-1.
All the Kellenberg seniors going to college in New York. Cowan going to St. John's, like you said, and Cadu going to Albany, LIU for Ernst. So they're covering the boroughs upstate in the island.
Line to left, and it's going to hang up for Carlo. Side retired, but Kellenberg gets one on the board. Through 3 innings, 3-1 St. Anthony's on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Make your own preference, please.
What kind of sauce can I get you, David?
Thank you.
Everything all right?
All right. Eric, how's it going over
Ron,
there?
going great. Going great. How's your first day going, man?
Feels great.
Let Fernando know about our sauces. Remember the
we got
training?
spicy sauce, we got regular sauce, we got pesto sauce.
Yep.
I mean, I love spicy sauce, but might not be a spicy guy, so.
Okay. Ron, we got a Ron and a Ron.
We got a Ron right Oh, that's a Ron and a Ron?
We got a Ron and a Ron.
How you doing, Ron? I'm Ron.
Namesake,
nice to meet
Ron,
you.
good to see you.
I am headed to my next job. Yeah. So
Okay.
you can take over from now.
Okay.
You got it? Hey, B, enjoy your pie, man.
Thanks, Ron.
All right.
Yep.
Selfie with Ron. Selfie time with Ron. Great place to come for your lunch break.
LeBron James legit loves Blaze, and his ownership of 19 franchise locations reflects his passion for their make-your-own pizza concept. LeBron is part owner and endorser of Blaze Pizza. We move and groove to the bottom of the 4th inning, and St. Anthony is with a 3-1 lead over Kellenberg as Jack Durso back out to the mound for the Firebirds.
You think Kenny Noe wears 23 in honor of LeBron?
Yes. heard that he's the president of the fan club and petitioned to have yellow in the uniform to honor the Lakers. And that was a big reason why he chose to go to Kellenberg.
And he's hoping to get some free Blaze pizza today, maybe.
Well, that would actually be true because the winner of this game will win free pizza for their team. Kenny Noe, of course, the shortstop for Kellenberg. And
if I steal a uniform, you think you'll slip me one of those pizzas or what? Can you put me on the roster quick?
I can't imagine that the asking price for some of these athletes when it comes to free food is that high. Michael Carr leads things off for the Friars. The sophomore takes outside for ball 1. Durso's allowed 3 runs on 4 hits as he struck out just 2 batters. First time through the order. And the count even at 1-1.
You said it earlier, Johnny. This is a guy that impressed early. Sophomore now on this team.
1-1 skips away. 2-1. But it wasn't just that his bat would play. It was his focus on the field, too. And there was a thought to always calling him up as he slams one foul down the left field line. But he's done a good job of playing himself into the lineup.
Yeah, showed a lot of maturity as a young man and earned his way onto this squad. Playing third base.
And stays alive.
So you said this St. Anthony's team doing a real good job right now, taking pitches, working the strike zone, trying to foul balls off and get Durso's pitch count up.
2-2 pitch. Well, that's low. Ball 3. And it's always interesting when we speak to the coaches and they give you a description of their team and what's changed from year in and year out. 3-2. Line just foul. And Carr stays alive. And you would have thought coming into this game that it would be Kellenberg that would be handling the bats well, getting runners on base, knowing their strike zones. And not to say that they have it, but St. Anthony's has done a better job at that. And they've taken a script away from Kellenberg, just like we thought that St. Dom's would dominate with their pitching when, in fact, it was Holy Trinity, only needing 2 pitches. As this is skied in the air, deep left field. Ranging back is Langner, still going back in front of the warning track, makes the catch, 1 away. But that's baseball, Susan.
That is baseball. And, John, you got to tip your hat to Kevin Baez right now. I mean, he's got a lot of really good movement on the ball. He's fooling these Kellenberg hitters. It's not them, it's him. Durso now finally looks like he's settled in. But they are running that pitch count real high on him.
1 up, 1 down. This brings up Christian Mugno, the shortstop for St. Anthony's. Struck out looking his first time up.
See how quick that coach got out there and got that ball? He got some cheers from the crowd.
That's Coach Proko, the reason why Kellenberg is the top hitting team in the league.
He's got a lot of energy. Jumped out there, made the play, and threw it back to his catcher.
How can you not be amped? These coaches, you're ready for the playoffs. This is what you play for, you coach for.
You said it, John. And folks, I hope everybody understands how long these seasons are for the coaches, and they all give them big hugs. Once you go deep in the playoffs, you're at this thing for months at a time. Your family's got to do a lot of sacrifice. And
little looper down the right field line, and we'll go foul.
It's all for the love of the game. You love the game and the kids that are playing it, and you want them to have a great experience. And when these coaches go out on the field, man, they care.
100% is. Miles, the longtime head coach over at Kellenberg. Paul Parcelano's been there for 6 years and bringing his crew as well. Popped up, first base side. Mario Kasha in foul ground, 2 away.
All right, so a little more efficient with the pitches there and getting Mugno to pop out. So 2 weak flies to start this inning, and perhaps Durso is settled in now.
Yeah, he's retired the last 4. It started with Adrian Tavares running into the live ball off the little nubber in front of the plate. And here's Francisco. He grounded out to second in his first at-bat. Sweeper outside, 1-0.
And if he gets out of this, it'll be the top of the order in the next inning. Nobody in the bullpen. So Francisco, a nice out if he can pull it off.
Down the left field line, that goes out of play. Francisco, not that typical power designated hitter, but someone that puts the bat on the ball, and he does so this time as Noe has to charge. And the Monmouth shortstop throws it wide. An E6. And it'll be a 2-out base runner for the Friars in the top of the order upcoming.
And I got to think it was a double clutch there that might have made that throw go a little errant. Heck of a job there, though, by Kasha to pull that ball down. That was over his head. What is that going on out there? Souvenir?
Beats me. That was also an, hey, listen,
That was an E swing?
Yep. Doesn't happen too often. He's the Ray Ordonez of these broadcasts. There's a swing and a miss, and they count 0-1. Here we go.
Yeah, we take a look. There's the grounder, and then, just a little double pump, a little double clutch there, and it pulls Kasha off the bag. But again, a nice job, vertical leap there by Kasha to keep the ball in front. Oh, boy.
Bounces away from Ernst, and that allows Francisco to go to second on the wild pitch.
Francisco's a happy young man right now. Could have been out. Instead, he's on second base with 2 mistakes here by Kellenberg.
Well, and this is where everything's so magnified in the playoffs, Rob, when every base counts, every pitch that much more important. And St. Anthony's with an opportunity to extend this to 4-1. When Kellenberg and their pitcher did everything right to get out of the inning. 1-1, swings inside.
Not to mention, you got Anthony Carlo up at the plate right now, and not the guy you want to see in this position. Had a chance to get out with the 9-hitter, and they were at the top of the order with a guy that can slug out of the leadoff spot.
Yeah, including a liner to left his first time up. He's 1 for 2 on the day. Good hitters count 2-1. Pitch, 2-2.
So again, they're fouling him off and fouling him off and fouling him off. But nobody in the bullpen again for Kellenberg. So Durso, they're going to run him out there and see how many he can throw. Game is tight, 3-1.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. A 3-1 lead for St. Anthony's. Pitch, swing and a miss. He got him. So Jack Durso throws up a goose egg. We go to the bottom of the 4th. 3-1 Friars on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
This is Jalen Brunson. You're watching Varsity Media.
Dante does it again! Defensive play. Dante Vidaro.
Yeso steps up and score.
A jump shot for Nell.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
Bottom of the 4th inning, 3-1 St. Anthony's over Kellenberg. Let us cater your next pizza party, school event, or even on-site business meeting. Use the QR code on the screen and simply put in your address at the top of the page to select the Blaze Pizza nearest to you, and we'll do the rest. From guiding you through how much food to order to securely taking your payment and arranging a delivery professional, feeding your group just got a whole lot easier with Blaze Pizza. He's Rob Anderson. I'm John Perez. Rob always the life of the party as Kellenberg trailing by 2 in the home half of the 4th inning. We'll send up Will Cowan, who takes high and tight for ball 1.
So there's now shaping up into a little bit of a pitcher's duel here as Durso's settled in and is getting the outs when he needs them.
And Kevin Baez retired the first 7 batters, and then Mike D'Angelo broke up the no-hitter with a single to center. And then an RBI single by Tommy Pasqua made it 3-1. As Baez working quickly, but delivers low and 3 straight out of the zone to begin the at-bat to Cowan, who's 0 for 1 with a pop out to third. 3-0 taking all the way, 3-1.
And Baez only 1 walk so far in this game, so his control has been very, very good. 4 strikeouts. And again, not overpowering stuff. So you got 4 Ks with that kind of movement, you're doing a good job.
Lined out to left, and it's down for a base hit. Will Cowan with his first hit of the day. And that's the first leadoff single of the day for Kellenberg.
And that's an absolutely beautiful stroke there. You know, he took that swing, and that ball was a no-brainer, no play on that thing. And a pretty hard-hit single into left field. Cowan at first.
Third hit of the day for the Firebirds, and here's Brian Cadu. Grounded out to first in his first at-bat. Shows bunt and takes outside for ball 1.
John, even though Cowan is the 3-hitter here, he's 11 for 11 in stolen bases so far.
No, Cowan has some legs out there, and you can see why the coaching staff at St. John's feels that he can help them win in the Big East. Pitch downstairs, 2-0.
So Baez starting to lose the strike zone a little bit, and a little soft toss in the bullpen at the moment.
2-0. 3-0.
Shows Bunton wisely pulls back on it. They need Baez to throw a strike here, and Cadu is going to say, I'm not swinging at the next one unless it's a beauty.
Crowds the plate at that. And taking all the way, ball 4. So Kevin Baez will call out his catcher. And then you see some stirring in the bullpen for St. Anthony's. That's Ryan Northorn wearing number 32, and John Parpis, the junior from Comac, number 13 ranked right-handed pitcher for Perfect Games rankings, as St. Anthony's comes out, and Frank Tamarco will try and calm down his pitcher and regroup everyone. And, you know, Rob, this is a Kellenberg team that multiple times through the order is tough to retire. And Kevin Baez, as we enter the middle innings, is finding that out the hard way against Kellenberg, still with a 3-1 lead. But Kellenberg now pushing him against the ropes.
You said a 2-on, no out. And there is action, but I mean, it's kind of light action in the pen right now. So maybe part of that conversation was giving them a little time to stretch out in the bullpen.
Cowan, the runner at second. Brian Cadu off of first. And here's Lucas Van Vacatus. Van Vacatus flew out to center his first time up, and St. Anthony's is expecting the bunt. He squares and misses. Strike 1.
Yeah, just missed that one there. Pitch was a little low. Shook his head. Wants to get that job done. Move the runners into scoring position for Kasha.
Hitting .361 on the year. 2 home runs, 10 RBIs. Kellenberg has figured out Baez over the last 2 innings. Bunt is popped up behind the plate.
So after 2 bunts, it didn't work out for him. Probably going to have to swing away now. I don't know. Do you risk doing the bunt again after those 2?
Well, this is a Kellenberg team that could handle the bat. It's just a matter of grounding into a double play, which I think Kellenberg is a little apprehensive of.
I wouldn't be too apprehensive. Not too many ground balls today against Baez.
No, it's a good point. A fly ball pitcher at that. Up and in. 1-2.
I like that, keeping him honest. Brush him off the plate a little bit.
Good speed on the base paths for the Firebirds. Trailing 3-1. And a foul tip keeps the at-bat alive.
Yeah, and he's happy he got a piece of it there. Keep himself alive and continue to have Baez have to throw some strikes. Baez, 1-2 count. It's his pitcher's count right now. And we'll see what Lucas can do here. He really wants to try to move those runners over, or even better, get himself a hit and get his team back tight in this thing.
Mario Kasha, the on-deck batter. As Van Vakaitis awaits the 1-2. Swing and a miss. Dropped a curveball on him. Strike 3.
Yeah, strikeout number 5 for Baez in a huge spot there. And it was those missed bunts really coming back to haunt him. As we get a look at it here. And the breaking stuff still breaking. He's doing a wonderful job. That one, bottom fell out. And Van Vakaitis under it on the swing. And a huge out there for Baez. Now the double play means the end of an inning if he can induce a grounder.
Kasha struck out in his only at-bat. And takes a fastball down the pipe, 0-1.
Baez has got some really wonderful movement on that ball. Looked like it was going out of the zone, tucked back in.
It's a good two-seamer. Two-seam, a changeup, and a curveball for Baez is 3 dominant pitches. And at times throws a little bit of a slurve. 0-1 to step off, throw down to second, not in time. As Will Cowan just got in ahead of the tag from Mugno.
Not a bad idea. They caught him leaning a little bit, throw a little bit high, so they couldn't get the tag down. And if you notice as well, Alfano, tucking in over there at first base, maybe thinking the bunt is going to be on here. He's making a few steps each time.
And so Kasha calls time at the plate. Foul down the left field line. It's 0-2.
Kasha got a good piece of wood on that one and went foul, but hit it pretty hard. But this is how Baez gets his strikes. The contact has been off the field, fouling it back. A lot of movement, 0-2 pitcher's count, and kid's got ice water in his veins.
And that's something that Baez, one of the 3 captains on the squad, has gotten better in, and just his leadership and bearing down, but also embracing the big moments, and that's always difficult. It's one thing to give a leadership spot to one of your returning starters because that's just the default, but St. Anthony's, you have to earn it, and for Kevin Baez, he's taken that leadership role by the horns. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out, a couple runners on, a 3-1 lead. As the runners go, pitches down in the dirt, and no throw from Mazzola. It's a double steal. Cowan ends up at third, Cadu at second. And the count 1-2.
And that is a brave call to make there, and a perfectly timed one because the ball was in the dirt. I don't think that was a hit and run situation. It looked like it was just a straight up steal. They would jump in the minute the foot went up. So now the 2 runners in scoring position.
And that tying run now at second base is Cadu.
Sack fly away.
And it is lifted down the right field line. Giving chase is Alfano. Lining it up. Makes the catch. Tagging at third. Coming home is Cowan. The throw to the plate offline. As Kellenberg gets a run back on the inauspicious sacrifice fly. And that makes it 3-2.
And Alfano has to make that play. You got to get the out, but there's a part of me in my head going, let it drop, let it drop, let it drop. But you got to do it. Second and third, get the out, but he's backtracking. Does a really nice job in that foul territory, staying up with it, but leaning back, has to throw off his back foot. And it's offline, and this game is a 3-2 ball game with Durso heating up and Baez doing what he does.
Snap throw down to second, and Cadu is back safely. Cadu not following the lead runner in Cowan. So he stays at second. Kellenberg gets a run back. And the pitch from Baez, and a curveball sits a little high for ball 1. Michael D'Angelo singled and came around to score the first Kellenberg run of the day. There's D'Angelo, the junior, in 396 on the year. He broke up the no-hitter. No chance to tie this ball game. And time called before the pitch. And I think a late call at that, as Joe Volpe will explain that to D'Angelo.
D'Angelo very unhappy. He had a few words for Volpe back there. And I guess it was that late call. He called time and then got it late. Baez threw the pitch.
So the count at 1-0 and a curveball inside. 2-0.
Just missing D'Angelo, made him spin around. And he's going to stay alive. Like you said earlier, he did have that base hit. He's 1 for 1 on the day. Also patrolling center field for this Kellenberg team.
Slide step, 2-0. It's poured in, 2-1. Barcelona would love to get Baez through 4 and then turn it over to the bullpen. He's got John Parpis ready, the junior from Comac, warming up in the pen for the Friars. Tying run at second, the 2-1. We'll make it 2-2 as it's spoiled foul and out of play.
And his deuce is wild. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here. So we'll see if Baez can settle down and get this strikeout. Or is it going to be D'Angelo spoiling this and getting this game tied?
D'Angelo is someone that barely strikes out. In fact, that was a point of emphasis going into the offseason last year, was Kellenberg cutting down their strikeout rate by 30%. 2-2. Popped foul by the Kellenberg dugout and into the bleachers. Might have had a spectator over there.
Yeah, I think it did. Got her on the back, and she's smiling, so we're okay. Had a young lady in the crowd, and she's laughing it off. She got a new tattoo on her back.
Does that add protection?
I think it does.
Okay. Sure, she's not feeling it right now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Kellenberg with a run home in the bottom of the 4th. Tying run at second, and the pitch at D'Angelo. Upstairs, counts run full.
And John, one of the things you look at, Durso struggled in the beginning, and then the last 2 for Kellenberg, the innings flew by. This inning feels like it's been 2 hours after he blew through the first 2. So they kind of flip spots, working the count now a little bit more as this Kellenberg team.
Comes a 3-2. In the air out to left field. Carlo is there, and Anthony Carlo makes the play, and the inning is over. Sacrifice fly by Mario Cascia makes it 3-2. And St. Anthony still with the lead, going to the 5th inning on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
The Long Island Fieldhouse is the premier training destination on Long Island, featuring indoor and outdoor facilities that are 15,000 square feet with a multi-purpose field good for all sports. Take your game to the next level, featuring 12 batting cages, 6 pitching mounds, baseball, softball hack machines, featuring the latest tech like Swing Catalyst, Analysis, Hit Tracks, and Rapsodo Pro. And when you're done in the lab, you can head to the classroom for your studies. Located in Hauppauge, visit lifieldhouse.com for more information.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Welcome you back to Farmingdale State College. St. Anthony's with a 3-2 lead over Kellenberg. It is the 3 seed leading the 2 seed. The winner will play Holy Trinity in the winner's bracket tomorrow. As Jack Durso back out on the mound for the Firebirds, and Settled down as of late, worked around the 2-out error last inning, Rob, but outside of the 3 runs that he's given up, he's thrown strikes, he's got a couple of strikeouts, and really has let his fielders take care of him.
Yeah, he's done a great job. I mean, that first inning was a wild pitch that scored that run, and, you know, they hit by pitches, and right now he's settled in, and he's owning the bottom of the order right now. He's gotten them out multiple times, and now here he's going to face off against C.J. Alfano, who came around to score in the first inning and flew out to center in the third.
And you see the rankings from Perfect Game, the New York State rankings for Alfano. Luke Coates, who Paul Porcelano's trying not to use today and would presumptively use tomorrow or later in the rounds if St. Anthony's wins. Phil Mazzola in there as well, and first pitch to Alfano. A little low, 1-0.
Yeah, and there's a reason why this guy is so highly regarded, and we just saw it at third base when he took home.
Grounds it foul, first base side.
And then again, when he did fly out, he was buzzing around the bases. So this young man is hungry for a big win today, and we'll see how Alfano handles Durso the third time around.
2 home runs over his last 2 games against Zavarian and Plainview, Old Bethpage, JFK.
That strike right down the middle. Durso challenging Alfano. He gave him a little head nod, like, okay, see what you got there.
There's the 1-2. That's outside, 2-2.
Durso does want to be careful with a hitter like Alfano because of that power. But hitting a home run on a field like this is a little different.
There's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. Fast-fired strikeout from Blaze Pizza. You could swing by your local Blaze Pizza or by ordering online or over the phone. They'll be ready to fire up the perfect pizza for delivery. Or choose to pick up your order in store, as Jack Durso now with 4 Ks on the day.
4 strikeouts and getting better as he goes. That's exactly what Kellenberg needs out of this game.
Here's Phil Mazzola, 1 for 2 on the day. Attacks the first pitch, grounds it slowly to third. Will Cohen on the backhand fires to first. On the 1-hop, Mario Kasha completes the out. 2 up, 2 down to begin the 5th.
And that's how you use the turf, John. It moves fast on that turf. If this was grass, it might have been a little different, but a perfect hop to the first baseman to get Mazzola, who was chugging down the first base line. Have a look at it here. It's a soft one, a nice little backhand, and a throw over the shoulder. What a great job there at third base.
How about the job of Durso to lay out and get out of the way as that one comes up and in. A little haircut towards Anthony Bono, who's 2 for 2 on the day, and an infield single and an RBI triple to center. And 2 at-bats against Durso.
Durso's not going to get in the way of Will Cowan's business over there. He's going to duck out and say, go ahead, Will. Show me what you can do.
He just laid straight out. 0-1 coming. You get 0-2. Durso's starting to find his groove, and he's gotten stronger as the game's gone on. Comes the 0-2. On the outside corner, strike 3 called. 5 strikeouts for Jack Durso through 5. A 3-2 lead for St. Anthony's on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching the Varsity Media Sports Network, the home for New York high school sports.
The Long Island Fieldhouse is the premier training destination on Long Island, featuring indoor and outdoor facilities that are 15,000 square feet with a multi-purpose field good for all sports. Take your game to the next level, featuring 12 batting cages, 6 pitching mounds, baseball, softball hack machines, featuring the latest tech like Swing Catalyst, Analysis, Hit Tracks, and Rapsodo Pro. And when you're done in the lab, you can head to the classroom for your studies. Located in Hauppauge, visit lifieldhouse.com for more information.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media Pass is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Playoffs. For semifinal and championship coverage of boys and girls lacrosse, flag football, and baseball, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Varsity Media is the home for New York high school sports.
Bottom of the 5th inning, 3-2 the lead for St. Anthony's. Kevin Baez continues to chug along. Last inning, Kellenberg scratching another run across on the sac fly by Mario Kasha. There's now Baez, and keep an eye on the pitch count and how much deeper he goes. Pat Miles, number 2 seeded Kellenberg Firebirds, trying to get back to the NSCH SAA final. They got their work cut out for them, but they were in the final 2 years ago when they lost to Chaminade in 3 games. That was a Chaminade team that had 15 Division I commits, as they won the first ever New York State title. And of course, a good job by the Catholic League down here in Long Island in the 5 boroughs, and partnering up with Monsignor Martin up in Buffalo to have a first ever state title, and Varsity Media will have that this year again. As Baez delivers a pitch outside, and the count 2-1 to Ryan Lagner. He was 0 for 1 with a strikeout today. 2-1 pitch. Skied in the air. Shallow center. Going out is Christian Mugno, but he gets called off by his center fielder, Howard, who makes the play. 1 down.
And that shows you again how efficient Baez is. We're in the 5th inning, and that's only the 2nd time Lagner has seen him. And now the lineup is going to flip over, and they're going to have a chance to see him for a 3rd time. So we'll see if that plays any role in how Baez chooses to pitch and how Kellenberg chooses to play him. They've been much more patient these last 2 innings.
Including Kenny Noe, who worked a walk in the 3rd. 0 for 1 on the day with a strikeout along with that free pass. A little inside, 2-0. Noe, the switch hitter, batting left. 2-0. Carved foul, left side. 2-1.
So Baez was asking, where was that pitch, that ball, the 2nd one? And then went, all right, if I'm not going to get it, I'm going to pitch a strike, and he gets one there on the foul. That one way off the mark there, and you don't want to put Noe on base. You know, he did walk earlier and got around over to 3rd base, stranded there.
That's the thing with Baez. At times he's bent, but did not break, and he issues a 2nd walk to Kenny Noe. 3rd walk issued by Baez, 2nd time that Noe's reached base. And that'll bring up Tommy Pasqua, an RBI single his last time up. He's 1 for 2.
And these coaches are committed to their starters. No action in the bullpen at all. In the last game, Frederick went 4, and St. Dom's went to the pen. And Acosta went 5 before Trinity went to the pen. Oh, now we got someone getting up.
Another throw over to first. As Pasqua representing the go-ahead run. Kenny Noe with good speed off of first. Here's the pitch, and that misses. It's 2-0. Saw some activity in the St. Anthony's bullpen, as that's John Didden, the senior, warming up for the Friars.
It's 4 straight pitches out of the zone with a guy who's got the pinpoint precision.
Well, John Didden's a good option to have out of the bullpen for St. Anthony. He's an all-league player. He's going to Cortland. And more on him, but Tommy Pasqua, another local talent, going to Flushing after he graduates to play for Queens College. Chris Reardon's crew. The pitch. Skied in the air out to center field, chasing back Howard. He's still going back. In the gap. He can't make the play. It pops out of his glove. Kenny Noe will go to 3rd. And it's a double for Thomas Pasqua. And Kellenberg has something cooking with runners on 2nd and 3rd and 1 out.
You said it, that ball again. We've seen this happen all afternoon here at Farmingdale. The ball looked off the bat like it wasn't going to have the distance, and then it picks up. Step in, and then off to the races, and an absolutely sensational effort there by Brendan Howard to try to catch the ball, but it falls out of his glove on the way down. And no, he didn't recognize it right away. So he's at third. Otherwise, he would have been around the horn.
Yeah, and, Brendan Howard, a really surefire center fielder out there as well for St. Anthony's. And that's the one thing about St. Anthony's. Normally during the year, nothing gets down on the ground, but first time playing at Farmingdale State. And there's Howard, who probably feels he should have had that one back, and 9 times out of 10, he makes that play.
He can't be upset with himself. I mean, that thing hit his glove. He misread it off the bat, which seems to be a theme today in center field when they're hit on that trajectory where they're not really high in the air, and then the ball just kind of takes off. I don't know if there's any kind of wind current. I mean, the flag is dead as a doornail at the moment. But look at this play. I mean, this kid made a great effort on that play. Even the fact that it touched his glove, but quick to get up. And honestly, it's Noe's respect of Howard's ability to catch that ball that has him at third right now.
And if you're going to spin it in a positive way, which I'm going to try to right now, at least for Howard, he knocked it down. If the ball gets over his head, Kellenberg takes the lead, and that could be a potential inside the park home run. At worst, there's runners on second and third.
Yeah, I'd say it isn't in the park home run. I mean, if he's down, he'd have to get it pretty quickly. That thing would have rolled to the fence. On turf, that ball rolls. He did a great job out there. Can't be frustrated. He could be frustrated, I guess, in the competitive sense. But if he watches this Varsity Media broadcast, he'll realize that he did a heck of a job.
St. Anthony's will bring the corners in, and here's Jimmy Ernst. Attacks the first pitch, lines it to the second baseman, Tavares, 2 away.
And that is a big, big out. A nice play by Tavares to get up and grab the ball. And then he looked to see if Mugno was over at second base to get that double play. But take a look at it, John. Big ups. LeBron would be happy. And then no one there.
I think, how about Paul Parcelano also gambling, not putting his entire infield in, and that's allowing the catch to be made. Here's Will Cowan, 1 for 2 on the day. Fastball on the outer half, 0-1.
Yeah, it's a great point because that is typically a place where you would see the infield in and try to cut it down, and if that was the case, maybe 2 runs in right now.
Noe off of third, Pascal off of second. Carved in the air out to right field, ranging towards the line is Alex Bono. He's there and he makes the play, and the inning is over. Kevin Baez is fired up as he's through 5, and St. Anthony's with a 3-2 lead going to the 6th on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
You're watching Varsity Media, the premier high school sports network in New York.
Oh, hello, hi, how are you? All right. Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? All right, I'm Ron. Oh, what's going on? How you doing, sir? How you doing? I'm Ron. Hey, what's going on, man? How you doing? Oh, hello, hi, how are you? How you doing? Oh, my God. I'm Ron, nice to meet you. Blaze right now is offering a large shareable pizza here with real ingredients. Not frozen, none of that frozen crust, all right? Right. So I want to show you some beautiful, unique toppings that we have. Artichoke, arugula. Wow. You like that type of stuff? That's for you, all right? Oh, no, I'm Ron. I don't know who LeBron is. Me and you take a selfie. Come on in. Hey, there's Ron. You tell your friends to take you to Blaze Pizza and tell them Ron sent you, okay? All right, put it there. I got it. You even take Ron's hat. That's yours.
Oh my God.
LeBron James legit loves Blaze, and his ownership of 19 franchise locations reflects his passion for their make-your-own pizza concept. LeBron James, a part owner and endorser of Blaze Pizza. Jack Durso continues to blaze his way through the lineup, second time through, as Durso dealing 5, 6, 7 in the order for St. Anthony's. He's got 5 strikeouts through 5 innings and was rattled early on, gave up the 3rd run in the 3rd inning, and it looked like St. Anthony's had the better of the 2. Durso was on the canvas, but he's come back punching.
Yeah, win or lose right now. Durso, an incredible performance, and that shows you the maturity level, the leadership level. You know, perhaps big spot, big game. You come out, you throw hard, you're overthrowing the ball and make some mistakes, and now he's doing what he's capable of. You can't underestimate those early game jitters, or, you know, not in the sense of a nervous way, but just the excitement of it all. There were a lot of mistakes in that first inning.
Yeah, no, 100%. And it's all about keeping your composure and giving your team a chance. I don't think any team can come into these playoffs and expect a one-sided shutout victory. And I mean, look at St. Dominic's. They have arguably the best pitching prospect of the 5 remaining teams, and he was hit around. And Holy Trinity getting it done with Victor Acosta and Ryan Chiz. And now they've won the luxury of playing in the winner's bracket. And they'll play the winner of this game. As Adrian Tavares, 0 for 2 on the day. Skies it out to center. D'Angelo's there. 1 out.
D'Angelo, no problem there. An easy one for him as that ball hangs up off the bat. And with 1 away, and John, it looks like Baez might be going out again. And it's kind of cool that we're watching the pitchers do it with a big 6-foot-plus lefty on the mound, hurling heat and settled in, and then Baez, 5'9", and just throwing some really pretty pitches today.
There's Brendan Howard, 0 for 2, attacks the first pitch, pops it up, first base side, and it is the first baseman, Mario Kasha, 2 down.
Man, Durso is getting better and better as the game goes on.
He's keeping the pitch count down as well. That's the all-important thing. It's Kellenberg with some double barrel action in their bullpen, but doesn't look like anyone's hard tossing over there. As Michael Carr, the sophomore, a walk and a fly out in 2 at-bats. And drives it foul out of play. And there is some action for Kellenberg. That's Eric Ressiger, the junior, and southpaw as well. Go 1. 1-1.
If Durso can get another weak pop-up, I'd be scared to put anybody else in. He's like borderline dominant right now.
Yeah, it's just a matter of getting the bats to come around. 1-1. Down and in. And on appeal, first base umpire Mike Zoll says no swing. Count 2-1.
Appreciate Jimmy Ernst jumping up and saying, let me help my pitcher out right there.
Two-1. On the inner half, it's 2-2.
So good job finding that inside corner after the last 2 prior pitches missed on the inside.
Durso looking for the 1-2-3 inning, and he'll need 1 more pitch. In fact, Durso has not had a 1-2-3 inning this afternoon. Slam foul. Or check that last inning was a 1-2-3 inning. My apologies. I'm looking all over the place.
I keep looking at the Hill people.
Yeah. Here's a 3-2. Doesn't matter. Not a 1-2-3 inning. A base hit to left field. Michael Carr has his first hit of the day. And as he parks it to left and stands at first with a 2-out single.
And Michael Carr having a really important at-bat in this game is as much as, you know, it's a 3-2 game. It's close. And there are 2 outs. But he worked that count full, did a really good job fighting off some pitches, and then laced in a pretty solid single there. Good job by Michael.
There are your groupies.
There they are. No coats on yet, so I guess it's no colder, but they look real comfortable. By the trees.
Here's Christian Mugno, 0 for 2 on the day. Breaking ball outside, 1-0. Mugno a strikeout and a pop-out in 2 at-bats. Junior from Huntington. It's .597 on base percentage in the regular season. Cues it up the middle. Ranging over is Pasquale. Take it to second, and the inning is over. 3-2 St. Anthony's going to the bottom of the 6th on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
It's Isaiah Hartenstein. You're watching Varsity Media.
Let us cater your next pizza party, school event, or even on-site business meeting. Use the QR code on the screen. Simply put in your address at the top of the page and select the Blaze Pizza nearest to you, and we'll do the rest. From guiding you through how much food to order to securely taking your payment and arranging a delivery professional, feeding your group just got a whole lot easier with Blaze Pizza.
Kevin, keep talking about it, but sorry, just with the Hill people there. Nice setup, no line for the bathroom ever, being up against that forest.
Well, that's where the bathroom is.
That's what I'm saying. It's perfect. No line. Just you pick your spot and you got it made. There they are.
A lot of screen time out there.
Yeah. Gotta get an endorsement for them.
And Kevin Baez back out on the mound. And Baez last inning giving up a walk and a double, but getting a line drive out and a fly out. As Brian Cadu. And the count 1-0. And they now make it 1-1. And a sweeper downstairs.
So Baez so far has pretty much owned this part of the lineup, which is probably why we're seeing him. You know, other than the walk to Cadu in the last inning, getting everybody out at this part. So we'll see if he can continue his dominance over the 6, 7, 8 hitters.
Yeah, Cadu walked and grounded out. And this will be the second time that he grounds out to the first baseman, Alfano, one away. It's important for Baez to try and get this inning out in order, because if you were to look ahead, you would have 8-9-1 instead of 9-1-2 or potentially top of the order in the 7th inning.
Yeah, this big couple outs he's got here, and it's Lou Vam looking to try to get something going himself. He did have a sacrifice fly, so responsible for an RBI in the 4th.
And Luke Van Vacatus spoils it foul, and Baez ahead in the count, 0-2. Baez has been in sync with Mazzola. Here comes the 0-2. And another looper foul.
You got to be impressed with this kid, too, because he's come out throwing strikes again. You know, he was a little off in the last inning, and something happened magically. I guess he was pumped up with that out. He was definitely excited coming off the field last inning.
Fastball chopped to third. Michael Carr is up with it, slings it across the diamond, 2 away.
Whew. That's a bang-bang play right there. Great job getting that ball darted across the diamond. Alfano handling it, so good job by Carr making that play. Made it look real easy. We've seen quite a few infielders today with real good arms, and Carr, one of them.
And the talent on full display through all 4 teams that we've seen today. And St. John the Baptist has some athletes as well. We'll see them tomorrow. Ryan Dalton in his 2nd season trying to take St. John the Baptist to a deep playoff run as it's spoiled foul off the bat of Mario Kasha.
Right, correction. Mario Kasha was the one with the sac fly last time. I gave that to Lou Vam. But Kasha with the sac fly, RBI. And trying to figure out this Baez, man.
Well, the one thing about Baez, and Porcelano said it, is that he's got 3 different pitches that you can't just sit back and wait on. And if you're going to do that, it's a recipe for disaster. Fastball darts outside, 2-1.
Just missing on the outside corner. And he is doing a very good job again. That pinpoint control throughout this entire game. And, you know, again, you can let a guy go out there that doesn't throw really hard. It's more about control.
Yeah. 2-1 pitch. Outside, 3-1.
All right, he doesn't want to lose him here, so see what Kasha's thinking. Is he going to take a swing or just take this one and hope he can get down to first base?
Well, he will stride over to first. 2-out walk. In fact, since Baez retired the first 7 batters, he has not had a 1-2-3 inning. And now a 2-out base runner, and here's Mike D'Angelo, 1 for 2 on the day.
Yeah, and D'Angelo was the one with the first hit of the game. Speaking of the devil, He's one that broke it up with a single, and he came around to score in the third. Flew out to left in his second at bat. This is his third time seeing Baez.
Attacks the first pitch and loops it foul for strike one. Mike D'Angelo really taking advantage of being in the bottom third of the lineup because he sees a lot of fastballs as he serves a fastball out to left center field. Brendan Howard makes the play, inning over. 3-2 St. Anthony's on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media Pass is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Playoffs. For semifinal and championship coverage of boys and girls lacrosse, flag football, and baseball, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Varsity Media is the home for New York high school sports.
Seventh inning, Jack Durso trying to be the only pitcher for Kellenberg today. Up against that pitch count, but a 3-2 lead for St. Anthony's, and this has turned into a real good pitcher's duel, Rob Anderson.
It is a sensational pitcher's duel, and again, both of these young men so impressive. I think Baez just coming out and challenging and keeping his poise throughout this entire game. When they are hits, they're not really hit too hard. And then on the other side of the ball, Jack Durso just came out of the ashes, the Firebird, and is throwing heat and finding the strike zone, and I'm glad he's back out there. He's earned the right to go 7 in this one, and nobody up in either bullpen. So we might be seeing complete games today.
Yeah, we'll see. He's allowed 3 runs on 5 hits. He's just issued the 1 walk and 5 strikeouts. As John Francisco will start it off for St. Anthony's, the senior designated hitter. Francisco, a ground out and reached on an error, was stranded at second base in the 4th inning. St. Anthony's has had some traffic on the base paths. They've left 4 runners on base. Kellenberg on the other end has left 8 runners on. Oh, 1 down and out. 1-1.
That hit by Michael Carr in the last inning, instead of it being 3 up, 3 down, pushed this down to, again, the 9-hitter leading it off, and then he's going to be facing the top of the order with Carlo and Alfano.
And that'll help for insurance. So will a leadoff single to left center field. And sliding over to get in front of it is D'Angelo. Francisco thinking 2. The throw to second, not in time. A leadoff double by John Francisco in the hustle play. Puts a runner in scoring position for the Friars.
You said it. That was a hustle play, John. The minute he turned the corner, he had his eyes on center field, and when he saw the slide, he decided to go. That was it. A little bobble there, which enabled him to get to second base. But it was Michael D'Angelo, and then look at that. Boom. Foot in. Safe. Nice job. But D'Angelo just mishandled it a little bit. Oh, there it is. Boom,
Yeah.
chicka, boom. Don't you just love it? He does.
You gotta love it. Paul Parcelano loves him as well.
Yeah, maybe tell him calm down a little bit. We felt the breeze from here.
Yeah. 100%. But, you know, that's the one thing about NSCHSAA baseball. And what's really cool is that you do see the emotion and you see the base paths and see it again. And there is Francisco. Come get some. I'll tell you what, if St. Anthony's wins today and then wins it all, that's going to be at the athletics banquet.
You know who just won for me? Chris Sweeney.
I'll say so.
Slow-mo.
Travis DeLuise was on top of it as well, our cameraman out at first base.
What's he going to do if he scores?
I don't know. I can't wait to see.
So the part of the order he does not want up, that leadoff double, certainly not in the plans of Jack Durso. And he's got to deal with Carlo, who's 1 for 3 on the day, 4th time seeing him.
Kellenberg expecting the bunt, but Carlo swinging, skies it, first base side. Tommy Pasqua towards the line, snow cones it for king-size first out.
Yeah, it's a massive out, and the minute Pasqua caught it, the minute Pasqua caught it, took a look to make sure that he wasn't running, and Francisco wanted nothing to do with that. Wasn't deep enough and wasn't backpedaling enough.
So here's C.J. Alfano, 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch and came around to score in the first inning. Chopper, first base side. Mario Kasha's up with it, takes it to the bag himself. 2 away, but a productive out as Francisco moves over to third.
And that was probably not part of the plan. You know, Alfano really wanted a hit today, and that was a good spot to get one, but moved the runner over, and Mazzola's going to get a shot. He's been on base twice today. 1 hit, grounded out in his last at bat.
He also came around to score in that top of the third inning.
And that monster triple by Bono.
Curveball swoops in. Durso ahead, 0-2. Regardless of how this game ends for Kellenberg, Durso has been a hero on the mound for Kellenberg, saving that bullpen. 0-2. Little liner, and a catch by Tommy Pasqua, side retired. Tommy Pasqua at the apex of his leap makes a dazzling play to retire the side. What a play by Pasqua. Air Tommy.
And here's another look. Absolutely. Look at that vertical. Little backtrack, jumps up, and a run stopping, saving catch over there at second base. Absolutely incredible play.
Kellenberg will try and win it in the bottom of the 7th on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
Hey parents, how about a bobblehead for your athlete? Bobbleheads are one of the most preferred personalized gift items today, and it's so easy to order. All you need is a photo of your athlete, a model number from our extensive collection of bobbleheads, and the sculpting process begins. 2 proofs are sent for your approval, and once it's approved, in a few weeks, your bobblehead is on the way. It's that simple. Order your bobblehead today by logging into varsitymediapass.com and click catalogs or call 516-403-2050.
John Didding comes on for the save for St. Anthony's to try and move them onto the winner side of the bracket. Didding, the senior from North Belmore, 1-2 on the year, a 2.75 ERA. He is ranked number 60 on Perfect Games New York State rankings for right-handed pitchers. And he is going to Cortland next year, and here are the numbers on the season.
Yeah, take a look, a record of 1-2. Again, a 1.59 ERA, a batting average against 173, 2 saves on the season, and perhaps in a situation now for the biggest save of the year on the heels of a beautiful 6 innings by Kevin Baez, who had 2 earned runs, 5 Ks, 4 hits, and 3 walks. And one of those situations you hope that Diddens got it right out of the gate.
Yeah, and he'll have his work cut out for him. 9-1-2 due up for Kellenberg, as it'll be Ryan Langner, Kenny Noe, and Thomas Pasqua. As in the season this year, these 2 teams met early in the season, and it was a Kellenberg sweep, 7-3 and 4-3. So St. Anthony is looking for their first victory over the Firebirds this year, and I think you would ask any coach, they'll take the 2 losses in the regular season. They just care about this time of year.
Yeah, this is the most important time of year. And, John, we were talking about this game, it feels like it's just going to end in a beautiful way, one way or the other. And it's now in the hands of Didden. So he's going to face the bottom of the order, the 9-hitter in Ryan Langner. And then up to the top with Noe and Pasqua due up next.
Langner 0 for 2 on the day with a strikeout and a flyout. And the first pitch from Didden is outside for ball 1. Langner, like we mentioned, one of the biggest surprises of the Kellenberg season. He's really taken advantage of the bottom of the order. Hitting .357 in the regular season. 2 home runs and 10 RBIs.
Yeah, kind of like having your double leadoff hitter there.
Didden ahead 1-2.
Getting going outside on those last 2 pitches. First one hits the outside corner. That one looked like it was a little bit off, but forces Langner to swing, and now he's in the driver's seat. It quickly becomes a pitcher's count.
One, 2 coming. It's outside. 2-2. Well, Kevin Baez started this game off, went the first 6 innings. Gave up 2 runs on 4 hits, walked 4, struck out 5. He's in line for the win.
I'd like to see Didden go inside right now and challenge him. He's up on the plate. He's been pitching outside. Stays outside. Where he's set up, I don't know if I want to keep hitting that outside corner. You can find a really solid inside strike that at best you're going to get a knuckler. Look where he's set up in the box.
Well, Langner does a good job of going the other way as well. 3-2 to the leadoff hitter in the inning, and a good battle here. Langner stays alive.
Yeah, it did go inside there, but got a little bit of the plate. And that's what you want to do. Have him fisted. Like, just get that inside corner. Looking in for the call now. We'll see what he comes up with.
3 balls, 2 strikes. And the pitch. Another foul ball.
And this is what you want out of the 9-hole. Full count, fouling him off with a guy who just got in the game. This was Baez on the mound. I'd have no, full confidence he'd be able to figure this one out. But coming in is a tough spot when they're battling you like this.
Comes the payoff pitch again. Outside, ball 4, and Kellenberg has the leadoff man aboard.
Just working the outside corner. All of the pitches that were off the mark, way off on the outside. And now we'll see what Didden's going to do with Noe.
Also now Miles talking to Noe, who's got good speed, but of course you hear the old adage, you go for the win on the road and the tie at home. Kellenberg, the designated home team, and we'll see if Noe, who's hitting .532, try and lay down a bunt. And that's what St. Anthony's is expecting with Carr, the third baseman, pushing in.
Noe did walk in his last 2 at-bats and was stranded at third twice today. Well, that went way off the mark.
Yeah.
Do you think Kevin Baez has any fingernails left?
I don't know. There's Brian Cadieux warming up. Should this game go to extras? Another pickoff throw over to first. Langner with good speed off of first. And Noe pulls back the bunt and takes a strike, 1-1.
I get the small ball, but I want Noe swinging.
Well, I think he's trying to set up Pasqua and Ernst and Cowan if he gets a runner in scoring position. But you're right. I could see the argument for not having your 500 hitter bunting.
That's kind of my thought there. Yeah, it makes sense in like X's and O's, but I don't know if it makes sense with X's and No's.
So don't try too hard.
Sorry.
1-1. Chopped on the ground, first base side. It's as good as a bunt as Alfano takes it to the base. And the tying run, Langner, moves up to second.
You said it, as good as a bunt, and this got interesting. Runner in scoring position with only one out, with a guy who's gotten 2 solid knocks in his last at bat. He's 2 for 3 on the day, a single and a double, which means he's due for number 3, the triple. Let's see what he can do here. Pascal did a great job.
Yeah, first time facing John Didden. There's Langner, the runner at second. And the first pitch inside, and Pascal just ducks out of the way. Took a seated position and just dropped.
Yeah, look at the agility there. He must be doing some yoga in the offseason as well, because he got under that thing without getting hit, which tells you he wants a hit. The only one that figured out Baez today.
One 0 pitch, down and away. It's 2-0. I always say the last 3 outs are the toughest to get. Kellenberg, the 2 seed, has been playing catch-up all afternoon. Two-0. Inside, 3-0. Well, at times, walks have been the issue for Didden.
You know what Pascal means in Italian, John?
Easter.
Yeah. Hoping to send them on an egg hunt right now. Hit this ball deep into the field.
Didden went like a goose egg in a victory for St. Anthony's. 3-0.
That's the birds are flying around over here.
Yeah. Ryan Reynolds is warming up in the bullpen for St. Anthony's, so we'll see what the leash is on Didden.
I got to imagine if he loses Pasqua, there's going to be some real thought in bringing somebody else in.
3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. And the pitch. Line drive, base hit left field as it gets through. Langner had to hold to see it go through as Pasqua with a 1-out single, and the winning run is aboard, as this will bring up Jimmy Ernst, and Paul Parcelano comes out for St. Anthony's, but a great piece of hitting for Pasqua.
You said it, the Easter Bunny delivers there. It's a rope, and he gets it right through the left side of the infield, moves a runner to third, and this game is far from over, John.
And there you see the base hit to left field and good base running by Langner, and I don't think he was going to score anyway, so you just want to make sure that you go through. As that's Lucas Sabatiello on the left side of your screen, and on the right side is Ryan Reynolds. A couple of senior right-handers.
The coach having a conversation out here, and I'd imagine this is also giving his bullpen a little time to work some things out.
Well, another thing, too, is how do you play Kellenberg on the base paths? Because what happens is Kellenberg will probably send Pasqua in motion. So now it's a matter of, do you pitch to Ernst with runners on second and third? Because Ernst's run doesn't mean anything. So do you try and set up a double play there if you're going down the order?
That's the thing, right? Do you play the infield in and try to look for something at the plate, or do you play double play depth and try to turn 2?
Well, Tavares, the second baseman, playing in with the shortstop Mugno back. And the first pitch, Pasqua not going, and it stays inside, ball 1.
So that outside corner is now an inside corner to the right-hand hitter, and still missing on that side of the plate.
One 0. Outside. 2-0. We'll see if they put Pasqua in motion. Good hit and run count. You don't want to hit into a double play, of course. Two-0. Pasqua runs from first. The pitch. Throw down to seconds, cut off, and they let Pasqua take second base. So now the winning run is in scoring position, and a 3-0 count to Jimmy Ernst. And we'll just see if St. Anthony's puts him aboard.
And I literally was just going to say to you, John, if he does run, I would think he's going to put it in his pocket. You cannot afford to have any kind of crazy throw there, but that's stolen base. And it's going to be a free pass now because it makes no difference with Ernst at first. The difference it makes is the possibility of the double play. But the infield's going to be playing in and looking to go home on the force. So the bases are juiced. Ernst at first, Pasqua at second, Langner at third, with Will Cowan up. 1 for 3 on the day.
Yeah, and Ernst will be lifted for a pinch runner, and just more safety reasons there, as it's Carson Fessler at first base. Although, of course, right now his run means nothing. Base is full of Firebirds. The infield's drawn in. A base hit could win it for Kellenberg and push them onto the winner's bracket. Will Cowan, the future St. John's infielder, calls time at the plate.
And they're going to trust Didden with the batter. And even if Cowan can get one in the air, that'll be a tie. But, you know, Will's thinking bigger.
Cowan 1 for 3 on the day. And the first pitch. In there for a strike, 0-1. Will Cowan came into this playoff run hitting .396 on the year. He's got 3 home runs and 20 RBIs. A base hit wins it for the Firebirds, and they'll set up a date with the defending New York State champion, Holy Trinity Titans, tomorrow. Here's the 0-1. Curveball fouled off. 0-2.
Didden impressive so far against Cowan, challenging him right up the gut, and Cowan taking the strike and then fooling him on the curveball. So good pitch selection there. Not sure what umpire Volpe wanted to tell Didden.
Well, I think it was just to give Mazzola some time behind the plate off the foul tip. Langner off of third, Pasqua off of second, and Ernst off of first. Or check that, Fessler, the courtesy runner. 0-2 to Will Cowan. Here's the pitch. Outside, ball 1. It's 1-2.
Heck of a job there by Mazzola to keep that ball in his glove. Or else that would have rolled to the backstop, and this backstop pretty deep.
You could score 2 on the wrong wild pitch. One-two coming. Looped foul, out of play.
Good job by Cowan fighting that one off. Looked like it was out of the zone, but, smart just to make contact. He's down 1-2 in the count.
Well, we mentioned how this Kellenberg offense has gotten a facelift from last year. They cut down their strikeout percentage by 30%. Everybody's batting average jumped up 100 points. And a base hit here could win it for Kellenberg.
I think everybody's blood pressure's up 100 points right now also.
Has to be. Here comes a 1-2. Fouled off again. Cowan stays alive.
Especially Kevin Baez, man. Kevin's got to be sitting there right now with his peeking through his fingers. But didn't really settling down. Great at bat here by Will Cowan.
As Didden gets the sign. Out of the windup, here comes the 1-2. On the outside corner, strike 3 called. A humongous strikeout for JD. And St. Anthony's is 1 out away from moving on to the winner's bracket.
And John, this is what makes this sport the best. It's one-on-one. Take a look. This pitch floats in across the plate and then little down out of the zone, which is what he was complaining about, where the ball landed, but got the plate on the way in. And it's going to bring up Brian Cadeau.
Cadeau 0 for 2 with a walk today. Bases loaded for Kellenberg. 3-2 St. Anthony's lead. The pitch. Upstairs. I'm going to count 1-0.
No other sport do you have a moment like this where there's really 2 hero possibilities in the final play. Bases juiced, as dramatic as it gets in the game. St. Anthony's up 3-2.
Langner the tying run at third. Pasqua the winning run at second. The 1-0. On the outside corner, it's 1-1.
It's a good pitch right there. And definitely a strike. Cadeau asked about it, but a good pitch there. Cadeau did reach on a walk in the 4th. But otherwise, a ground out and a pop out. Both to first base.
Kellenberg has left 8 runners on base. hoping it's not 11. As Langner dances off a third. Here comes a 1-1. At the knees for a strike. And Kellenberg down to their final strike.
That was nasty. That was a nasty pitch. What a nice bend in. So, all the drama right now, and you can bet Alfano over at first wouldn't mind a date with the ball again. But let's see what happens here.
Didden walking the tightrope, trying to come out unscathed. Bases full of Firebirds in the bottom of the 7th inning. As Brian Cadeau trying to play the role of hero. John Didden a strike away. Here comes the 1-2. Line foul.
Cadeau doing a really nice job fighting that ball off. And Didden, maybe he likes the pressure or something. This is like, I feel like it's watching John Franco loading the bases up, and he's stepping up in a whole different way.
Or another Mets closer nowadays. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Mano a mano, Didden against Cadeau. 1-2. Little low, 2-2.
And you could hear in the crowd the pensive breath. And there was like, the oohs and the ahs are happening on both sides. Both teams oohing and ahhing for different reasons.
Zola gives Didden the sign. Here comes the 2-2. Line drive, caught by the second baseman, Taveras, and the Friars win it. Adrian Taveras makes the game-winning catch, and the Friars move on to take on the Titans. John Didden picks up the save, and what an ending for St. Anthony's.
Yeah, here it is. Didden throws the pitch and the hit, and look at the vertical leap. John, deja vu. It was Pasqua ending the inning for Kellenberg on the same exact play, and now we see it again like in rewind. What a sensational play by Taveras. We said it. It had the making of a great one, and it was a great one.
It was a fantastic one, and we'll speak to our players of the game when we come back. But one more look. Taveras, one that St. Anthony's will remember for quite a while, and for Didden. Can you hear him now? Didden with the save. Friars win 3-2. We'll be right back on the Varsity Media Sports Network.
High school sports fans, are you following Varsity Media on our YouTube channel? For the best coverage of New York high school sports, make sure you head to youtube.com/varsitymedia. 3 easy steps. First, hit that like button, and then be sure to subscribe. And finally, tap that yellow bell to be notified of all of our upcoming sportscasts. Thank you for following Varsity Media on YouTube.
Are you a local business looking for new and creative ways to promote your company? Varsity Media offers affordable rates that can get your message across to a demographic of 18 to 54 years of age. Our follower base across social media is over 50,000 strong, and our viewership numbers per game are in the thousands. Don't blow your advertising budget on old staples like TV and radio media. Reach out to Varsity Media to get the best bang for your buck.
High school sports fans, Varsity Media Pass is the exclusive live stream partner of Nassau County Playoffs. For semifinal and championship coverage of boys and girls lacrosse, flag football, and baseball, head to varsitymediapass.com to order. Varsity Media is the home for New York high school sports.
Hey sports fans, did you know Varsity Media live stream broadcasts get viewed by college coaches nationwide? Through our announcers' storytelling and insight on your athletes, we can help your players get an edge on college recruiting. Find out how by reaching out to Varsity Media today, 516-403-2050, or email ben@varsitymedia.net. Varsity Media offers live streaming services for any sport. With human beings behind the camera, you can expect the proper coverage angles during each game. We offer customizable options such as live scoreboard, multiple cameras, instant replay, graphics, and even announcers. Find out how you can save $100 off a live stream package with Varsity Media by calling 516-403-2050 or email ben@varsitymedia.net.
Did you just have the best athletic year of your life and now you want to show it off to college coaches? Well, let Varsity Media help you. Varsity Media's college recruiting videos show off your unique skills to help you land a spot on the team of your dream school. We'll provide music, spot shadow effects, and a link to send to your next coach. Contact us today for more information. Don't rely on word of mouth or cold emails. Let Varsity Media help you take your game to the next level. Feel like your game film is too stagnant and not providing you with the insight that your coaches had hoped for? Varsity Media offers game film to help your coaches develop a game plan to execute on game day. Our current clients love the Varsity Media difference, which includes more insightful camera angles and a speedy upload process. Start building your championship team today with award-winning individuals at Varsity Media.
High school sports fans, are you following Varsity Media on our YouTube channel? For the best coverage of New York high school sports, make sure you head to youtube.com/varsitymedia. 3 easy steps. First, hit that like button, and then be sure to subscribe. And finally, tap that yellow bell to be notified of all of our upcoming sportscasts. Thank you for following Varsity Media on YouTube.
Back here at Farmingdale State, the Friars move on to the winner's bracket. They'll take on Holy Trinity tomorrow. I'm here with our 2 players of the game, Adrian Tavares and John Didden. And Adrian, I know I just asked you off screen, but when's the last time you jumped that high, and can you think of a better finish than that play?
I played pickup basketball yesterday, grabbed her in, and there was no feeling like that.
Take me through. So the ball's hit, and what's your mindset and what are you thinking? Did you think you had a chance at it?
I wasn't 100% with it, but I had to go for it, and that's the outcome of it.
What did you think of John down the stretch and just to get you guys through it and onto the winner's side?
I knew John was going to do his job. He was going to close the door, and I'd have no worries that whole time.
John, it seemed like Coach Pars came out, and he kind of had a heart-to-heart with you and the rest of the infield. What was the message, and how did you bear down and focus?
He just said, be you, man. Throw your strikes, your fielders got you. And I was like, all right. So I just went out there and did my job.
When Adrian makes the catch, we saw how excited you were and obviously waving off the opposing fans. But take me through the emotion when that third out happens.
Listen, my heart was dropping when I was down in the inning, but then I came back. I saw him leap up, catch it, and you don't understand. I literally just got so excited. I didn't even know what I was doing at the point.
I'd be remiss if I didn't bring up the efforts of Kevin Baez today, who got through the first 6 innings. As a pitcher, how does it inspire you and the rest of the team to just go out there and try and win it for him?
Listen, he's the man. He's the captain. He does his job, and I look off it and it inspires me, man. I go out there and try to just be like him.
All right, guys, you're going on to play the Titans, and you know what? Because of that win, you also get some pizza, courtesy of Blaze Pizza. We have the gift certificates for you guys there. But John Didden and Adrian Tavares are 2 players of the game. We'll see them tomorrow as they take on Holy Trinity. Gentlemen, congratulations. as St. Anthony's is moving on. That'll do it for our entire coverage here on the Varsity Media Sports Network. For our executive producer, Ben Turchin, as well as Becca Kazaks and Chris Sweeney. My partner is Rob Anderson. For Mike Birdie and Travis DeLuise, it's been a presentation of NSCHSAA Baseball on the Varsity Media Sports Network.